Education, education, education. Everybody talks about blacks need education, but they never go deeper than that. The news says, people with college degrees make this much more than people with high school degrees, and high school degrees make this much more than people with a GED or no education. Well, the thing is, they don't ever say what education. Not all education is equal. Like, not all fat is equal. Not all sugars are equal. Not all fibers are equal. Not all water is equal. We call a lot of things water. Stuff in sewer is water, technically. But the stuff in a filtered, remineralized filtration system is completely different than what's in the sewer. Now, can you go to a college and get a sewer education? Yes, you can. You can go to college, pay money, and come out with a sewage education, a sewage degree. Something so trashy and such garbage that you will never even make your money back that you paid into college to get that garbage degree. Now, I already made a video talking about the top 10 degrees that you can have, and I say to black people, those are the only degrees that you should pursue. If you are going to go to college and pay and take out a loan to get it, and if that's the only way you can get your degree, then those are the only 10 degrees you should pursue. Everything else is garbage in my book. Now, why is that? I said the degrees make such and so money coming out, and here's the important and, mid-career, they make the top 10 amount of money out of all the other degrees. And that's what you're looking at. Nursing might start out very, very good, very, very, very well. The registered nurse, full RN might start out, but mid-career, it falls down to 300th as far as degrees go. Don't even consider anything but the top 10 that I listed. Don't even consider it. The other degrees, I recommend that you do not take out money to get those degrees. If you can get them for free, that's fine. If you have nothing to do with your life, if you're fantastically rich, that's great. I'm talking to black people. If you're fantastically rich, you come from a rich family like I do, it doesn't matter what degree you get. You probably won't work in your life anyway, right? But if you are a person who actually needs a job and the job is going to put you in a completely different socioeconomic class than your family has, then yes, go for those 10 degrees, take out a loan and go for those 10 degrees. And those are the only things that you should ever consider. We're talking about your life. We're not talking about, I really like sociology, but I'm broke. I come from a single family home. If you come from a single family home and you're going to go to college, then you need those top 10 degrees, and that's it. Don't even consider sociology, art, writing, women's studies. I better not even catch you in those classes. I will come haunt you through this damn computer. You'll open up your laptop in school and go, I'm gonna sign up for sociology, and there I will be, haha, ta-da! Not today. Those 10 degrees only. I get sick and tired of the news, and they'll trot in some black person, some black teacher, some black professor to say, oh yes, you need an education, especially black people. Okay, I'll say it, especially black people. You need an engineering degree, more so than anybody else on the planet. You need a science degree, more so than anybody else on the planet. You need a petroleum engineering degree, more so than anybody else on the planet. You don't like math? Well, learn to love it. Learn to love it. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to make you succeed. I'm here to make our people succeed. And what you're going to find out is you're going to think about my video when you get out of college. If you're in college right now and you don't have one of those 10 degrees, change your major. I'm talking about right now. Change your major. I don't care if you're a junior in college. If you're a junior in college and you're getting one of those garbage degrees, do it now, because now you can switch your major. You won't ever have to go through, I got my degree. Now I'm going to go back to school and get this other degree. No, switch it now. Even if you're a senior, even if you're slated to graduate, I would completely change my major, drop what you have. That's fine. You're going to make so much more money when you get out with those 10 degrees. If you can switch schools and go to the best possible school that you are qualified to go to, you don't have to go to Harvard. Just go to one of those top 500 schools. Top 500. I don't care if it's number 500. Top 500. That's what you look at, and you get those 10 degrees. I don't care if you're a senior. I don't care if you're going to walk next semester. If you're getting a garbage degree, I'm here to tell you, it is not worth you even pissing on and wiping your butt with. If you're getting one of those garbage degrees, change your major right now. Nobody else is going to tell you this. Your mom probably doesn't even know. Your dad probably doesn't even know. Has no clue. If you're living with your grandparents and they're trying to advise you on something that they learned in the 1960s or 40s when the world was completely different. But you know what? In the 1940s and 60s, black people got engineering degrees. That's why we were so successful in the 40s. When we went to college, when we got into college, listen to this, all the black people got real degrees. None of this, no Bachelor of Arts. I better not catch a black person graduating with a Bachelor of Arts who has ever heard or seen one of my videos. And if I were you, I would go through all of my videos. This is free of charge. I could be having conventions and charging $1,000 a head to get into my convention. I'm giving to you this for free. Drop your major and go to one of these 10 majors that I talked about and look at the top 500 schools and switch schools. I mean it. I literally mean it. I don't care if you're about to graduate and want some. I don't care if you're about to graduate this semester. I would change it, not get that degree. Because, like I said, here's the deal. While you're in school, you can still get all of these loans. There'll be no penalties, no nothing. The IRS won't come after you. Fannie Mae, not Fannie Mae, but the federal school loan won't come after you. They won't say a word. You want to take out more loans? They're just as happy. And you're going to come out first year making enough to actually pay off those loans. And if you're really good about it, get a master's degree while you are in there. Get a master's degree. I highly recommend it. So when you hear these Negroes who are trotted in from the barnyard to come tell you something because you're black, they're black, and you listen to black people, they trot them out on the news. Oh yeah, get a college degree. I say beat them at their own game. This is how you play the game. Those top 10 degrees and the top 500 schools that you qualify, and make sure you qualify, and make sure you go to a school where you can graduate valedictorian. It is better to be a big fish in a small pond than a little fish in a big pond. Harvard might sound good, but unless you're busting the top of the IQ charts and the top of the grades, and you soundly trounce everybody around you. School is competition. Did you not know that? It's a competition. This is a competition. Life in the United States is a competition. That's what I've been trying to bring black people to realize. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Louis Farrakhan talking about racism. The white man, racism. I don't care. You know what? I never leave my house without having an escort. That's how I live my life. I know that when I'm living here in public, I don't go anywhere. I grew up like that. I always had a butler or a maid with me. I know that numbers, even and my roommate is not anybody to threaten anybody. Nobody would ever take a look at him. But there's 2 of us, or there's 3 of us. You always hear about some girl who got raped. Why is she raped? Because she was walking alone. Yes, there are racist people in the world. Yes, there are bigoted people in the world, in the United States, on the police force. Yes, they're there. You need to live your life to, first of all, not put yourself in the position to be victimized by them. And you need to understand that the best source of your power is going to be other black people. Until you understand that, my videos aren't really going to do you very, very good, are they? I grew up thinking that black people never hurt black people. Hey, you know what? That's the reality of how I grew up. It might be reality of what the real world is, but that was what I was taught. That was the impression that I got. And everything that I saw in my life led to that being a reality. the other black rich people that I met were black rich people who all acted like me. I didn't know any different, but I'm telling you, there's a different world than black on black crime, black people hating black people hating on black people who have made it. Oh, he's a Sambo. Oh, he's an Uncle Tom. Oh, he's a house Negro. I won't say the other word. Well, you're a field Negro. Oh, well, you're ghetto trash. You know what? I believe, this is why I make these videos, right? I believe I can grab the ghetto trash and pull them up all the way through upper lower class, lower middle class, middle class, all the way to upper middle class. I can pull them up. Some guy asked me what he should major, and I told him exactly. This is just out of the blue. He saw one of my videos, and I hadn't even, and he was the inspiration for my top 10 degrees that pay video. He was my inspiration for that. So I wanted to make sure that my answer was visually stunning, visual, hearing, tactile. You're clicking on the video, you're looking at the video, you're hearing the video. That was my answer to him. These are degrees that you get. I can pull somebody up if I concentrating on just them and they followed my instructions. I have a little girl online whom I've known since she was 12 years old, and I had to tailor all of my shows to make sure that she was safe. I didn't say anything not safe around her, but she calls herself my little sister. I call myself her big brother. She asked me for money. She asked me for money. I'm sick. I'm sorry. She asked me for money, and I said I will pay for your college, your entire college, if you get an engineering degree. No, she wants to get a sociology degree. That really hurts my heart. I can, if you follow my instructions, I can put you in the top 1%. If you follow what I say. Oh, I know of those. You hear the stories all the time of those people. Oh, they were in poor. Oh, they were homeless, and they graduated from Yale. They graduated from Harvard. They're now a lawyer. They're now the anchor for CNN. They're now the anchor for the NBC nightly news. They're now the chief legal advisor for this and that and the other. You know they exist. Oh, they came from the streets of blah blah blah, which is covered by such and so gang, and all the other people around say, oh, we have the gang. I had to enter into the gang. And then you have the guys who say, I had to enter into the gang, but my little brother I protected, and so he didn't have to enter the gang. So he's living in Malibu. He's living in West Las Vegas. He's living in Summerlin. He's living in Green Valley. He's living in Manhattan. He makes about $400,000 a year. Well, you didn't have to join the gang either. I was bullied because I was walking home and I had books in my hand. But you know what? I kept going. Now I'm sitting on TV every night and laughing at my very hot wife and my very cute children who I make sure they eat only organic food. I know you hear the stories, but I'm here to tell you, it's not just education. It's the education that I tell you is education. The rest of that is crap. The rest of that, they just want your money. They want you to take out loans. They want you to continue feeding the system with your debt. I'm telling you, you can get a degree that I talk about and pay off the loan the very first year. There's no penalty for it. And make sure you go to the right school, and I mean the right school. Top 500, and make sure you're a big fish in that school. I don't care how much, oh, it's so prestigious, go to Harvard. Why don't you come to Harvard? I see you have straight A's. That doesn't matter. Are you vying for valedictorian at your school? Then you go to an equal school that you could be I want you to graduate top of your class, because that's who makes it. That's who gets hired into these engineering places. I'm telling you, listen to me. Nobody else is going to tell you this. They're all going to say, oh, listen to the system. The state knows everything. Go to public school. No, do as I say. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.